Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's post-game press conference following the match between Norfolk State University and Morgan State University, which our final score, 69-43. Joining us are head coach Jermaine Woods and student athletes Jaisha Clinton and Anjanae Richardson. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement from you, followed by questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Proud of the win. Happy that we got it. We pulled it out. But the standard here is to have the confetti fall on your head. So, we got to push on to tomorrow and have a better performance with rebounding and fouling. But definitely happy that we got the win. It's surviving advanced time. So you got to be grateful for all the wins you get now. But they know that we got to play better on the defensive end without fouling and rebounding the ball.
Coach, you held them to one field goal in the fourth quarter. What was the difference between the third and the fourth in your opinion?
I didn't even know. I'm still mad about it, right? I just thought they shot 9 free throws in the quarter. We defend. I think we top 5 in the country in defensive field goal percentage. We're like top 25 in a bunch of statistical categories. So we're going to defend. That's not going to be a problem. It's the second chance opportunities that we give people. It's the offensive rebounds. We're not a great rebounding team yet. And it's the fouling. And so they had 8 points in the fourth quarter. If they wouldn't have shot 9 free throws, they made 6. And then we had 2, right? And then in the third quarter, they were 10 for 14 from the free throw line. They had 14 points, right? And so against teams, that can score a little bit better, right? And we fouling, we just give them too many opportunities. And the second chance points, they had 16 old boys. So I don't want you to think that I'm not happy about the win. I just know what it's going to take to meet the standard of Norfolk State University. I told them in the locker room at Coppin, we celebrated this win. Quarterfinals, semifinals, now it's time to go back and work.
Coach, you guys had a few mistakes in the beginning of that second quarter, few missed free throws, few missed key shots, but Leah, her energy, she was still aggressive offensively and defensively. Just talk about her performance.
Yeah, she was good today. She had 10 and 9. She was actually, Jaisha, pardon me, was just talking about how the forwards were aggressive offensively, and we need them to be. They can play. Leah's good. Like she can hoop. We got to find some spots to get her the ball, to let her loose a little bit, and I thought they did a good job today. Jaisha looks for Leah like the whole time. Like she's gonna make sure Leah gets the ball, so she did a good job. And I think the game plan was all week. Like we know they're gonna pound it inside, so we gotta let our forwards get some work as well. So just when we playing defense the entire game, and I thought we did a good job of doing that. But definitely proud of Leah. She was 5 for 7. Probably should have passed the ball some more.
Anjanae, that was you with the behind the back, correct?
Yes.
Is that something you practice, work on, or did it just come to you in the moment?
Yeah, no, I would say I definitely practice it in practice and stuff for like workouts, but like I never like tried that in the game, but like I saw the opportunity there, so I just did it. I don't know, and I'm glad I finished it. Yeah.
If you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I was gonna say $1 million move, but I'm glad I finished it.
Tell me about it.
You've seen the teams, the Norfolk State teams, you've been a part of the confetti falling. What is the biggest difference between the mentality of this group and this run, between the previous couple that you've seen with the confetti falling?
We got to set that like what we did in the past, that's just in the past, so we need to make our own new legacy, make our own history. A lot of people think because we got a new coach, new group, Mimi, Diamond left, that we can't get 4 in a row, but I feel like we can, and we know what we got to do, and this definitely wasn't our best basketball. Defensively, Coach Wood said we got to get more boards. We had a lot of defensive mistakes, so we can't afford to do that moving forward in these next 2 games.
Jaisha, this is not your first collegiate game to this manner, but it is your first one with Norfolk State. So being your first season with NSU, what have you learned about yourself to help you move forward in this tournament with the team?
What have I learned about myself? I don't know. I feel like I play my game, and I let my teammates know that off the rip. Like, regardless, if I even can score the ball, I'm going to give y'all 110. So that's all I know. I can bring a lot of energy to the team for my teammates, and I'm looking to play off them. They got some rings. I'm trying to get with them.
Coach, I know you said it wasn't a perfect game, but looking on the positive side, you had Anjanae, Jaisha, and Debria all in double figures on offense, but they were also very active on defense. How important was it to see that in this game on this stage as you guys move throughout this tournament?
Yeah, we need those 3 to score. We definitely know. I challenged Arjane, AJ, my bad. I challenged AJ in the first half. I didn't think she was defending like she can, and we talked about it, and I got on her a little bit, and she responded. And then we had Leanne double figures too. When our guards are playing well, we're really good, but we're better when they're rebounding the ball too. And Debria had 5, Jisha had 6, and AJ had 8. So when our guards are rebounding, we got them playing transition. And so that's the positive. And let me make something clear. They shot 20% from the field. I didn't even see that. See, that's the stuff that I don't even look at, right? Because I know what it takes to win a championship, right? And so we can hold teams to 25%, but we got to stop fouling. But definitely proud of the offensive output. They spread the ball around. They played together. So I didn't realize that they shot 20%. My bad.
Yeah, we accept your apology.
You also grabbed 50 rebounds. I know previously Coach Jones has talked about maybe being the de facto home team here at Norfolk State for the MEAC tournament. Obviously, first year for you in this capacity. What has it been? Has that been something that you have had to block out the noise from the folks, patting you on the back and things like that? What has it been like for you being on this side of it as opposed to at your previous side?
We haven't had too many pats on the back, but it's been good, man. The most important thing is when you take a job like this is that the top down has your back. And Dr. J and Dr. Webb, our president and AD respectively, they support me fully. And so when you're going through times and you take over a job, like how can you come behind that, right? Like it's 3 championships in a row. Like what are you going to do? How can you top that, right? And the expectation is to win 4. And we return 18 points a game and like 4 or 5 rebounds. And it's still the expectation. And so when you're going through your troubled times, I don't read stuff. People tell me stuff. I'm not a big social media guy. I post and keep it moving. But you got to just stay focused on what's inside the locker room. And that's what we did. And when we had those trying times, the goal is still to go to the tournament, right? And when we took this job and she was here, she's never not been to the tournament, right? Jason and I signed up to go to the tournament. And that's when you signed at Norfolk State and you're a Spartan, that's the goal. And so we wear that, and our hashtag is going for it, and we still are. And so I embrace it, and I think that's the most important part for me, just embracing, what being a Spartan really is. And it's been fun. It's been tough. It was hard before it's fun, right? And so now I think we're enjoying it a little bit more, and the goal is still to win it.
So walking through that feeling then, after the game, you see your girls put it on the wall, moving on to the next round. That's your first one. Right now you're knocking them down. So just walking through that emotion for you as you're seeing your players do that.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see
I walked right away. I walked to the locker room. I didn't see it. Jason pushed me out the way and said, "I'm happy." I said, "Well, it's okay." I didn't see it because I know we're supposed to win that game, and so I'll be happy when the third one goes up. So I'm telling the truth. I didn't see it. Right? Did I see it?
Nope.
I walked right in the locker room. I didn't see it.
You was the first one in there, actually.
Yeah, you walked past all. AJ, I saw your face in the second quarter when you missed your first free throw. It was ooh, I messed up, and you brushed it off. And then you missed your second one, and I saw it get to you. And it did get to you in the moment because you missed it later after. How did you brush that off and not let it affect the rest of your game?
Because I know my teammates need me, so I can't mentally check out in situations like that. And then, Coach Woods talked to me. He got on me a little bit. And then when I got back in, I just turned things around and made things happen.
She has all my players have the total green light. So there's no reason to get mad over a miss. Like, I get mad that they get mad over a miss. Like, you can shoot anytime, anywhere if you open. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
If you miss 9 shots and you open for 10, it better go up or I'm mad. Like, that's how I coach. I only care about the defensive end and what we're doing there. And that's why I be so mad at AJ. She gets so down on herself, like she got a leash on her. Like, it doesn't bother me, right? What happens on that end, I suffer turnovers. And so we need her to stay focused and not worry about anything but defending. Everything else will happen.
How much harder do these games get as you go deeper into the tournament?
It gets harder, right? Because now you're playing teams for the third time. So it gets a little tougher. Everybody knows everybody plays. You know, you might put a new wrinkle in here there, but you know, tendencies, you know, personnel. Now it's just who's playing the toughest and the smartest, right? And I thought we didn't play as smart as we needed to today, but it's going to be the most competitive team and play the toughest. It gets tougher, right? Tomorrow's going to be a drag out, right? And you have to match the moment. You have to match the moment. We did that tonight, but I'm not mad about tonight. I just know what it takes to win it all, right? And that's my speech to them in the locker room. I don't want to sit up here like I'm not happy. I am because you know every win is a blessing. But I know we can be better, and so now we have to turn around and prepare for tomorrow. But it's hard. The third time, man, it's hard. You know, you're watching the film. It's everybody doing the same stuff. It's who can guard who can execute better, and who can play smart.
What do you see about Vernon Shore that will challenge you all tomorrow?
Tough team. They compete. They're very competitive. Rebound the ball. Good guards. They get downhill a lot. We got to play defense. We got to guard. We got to rebound the ball. So when we're really good, the people who scoring are the people we want to score. That's when we're really good. And I thought tonight we didn't execute that. Even though they shot 20%, I get it. But the wrong people took shots. And we got to fix that.
Any further questions?
I'm not mad, guys, I promise.
At this time, we will hear from Morgan State University, which fell to Norfolk State University with the score of 49-69. We are joined by head coach Nadine Damon and student athletes Maya Woodson and Jala Bannerman. Coach, we will begin with you with an opening statement, and then we will open the floor for questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
First and foremost, let me give God all glory and honor for the opportunity to coach and do this, the opportunity to touch young lives. The record doesn't show, but, I mean, we grew as a family. I'm so thankful for these young ladies that's next to me right now. They allow me to coach them. They allow me to coach this team. I'm proud of them. You know, and it may not seem like it. And we tell, what did you learn from this, right? What's the lesson? What did you learn so you can turn it into a W? And I tell them all the time, like, all the stuff we went through this year is going to be transferable to life. It's transferable to life. You know, the ability to deal when it don't look good, and you got to keep showing up. And that's what they kept doing this whole year. They kept showing up, kept showing up, kept showing up. They never quit. So let me say thank you to these young ladies. I respect them and I appreciate them tremendously for what they did. And I took that from my AD because he did that today earlier. All right, but I'm just saying, I appreciate these young ladies. And I love them tremendous. I know they wanted to play hard. I know they wanted to come and do something special, but this is part of the building block of standards over feelings, and they continue to grow.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, we will now open the floor for questions for the student athletes and the head coach.
Coach, what was the challenge of playing Norfolk State for the regular season that y'all wanted to work on this afternoon?
Excuse me?
What was the challenge of playing, as far as playing Norfolk State, those two regular season games that y'all tried to work on this afternoon?
Well, I think it's the MEAC championship. It's win or go home. It's survive and advance, right? So everybody's trying to be the MEAC champion, tournament champ, because they get to go to the tournament. And I think today they just, we fought. I mean, we won the third quarter, and they came back, and they fought with us. So it was just who wanted it more, and they just made some tough plays down the line, and we just couldn't complete and take care of some things that we needed to do. But overall, credit Woods. Credit Woods for what he's done, for coming in behind and doing the things he's doing right now. But Norfolk State came ready to play, and it's been a tough year this year. I mean, and it's, you playing down here is like playing. It's a home game for them. So they came ready, and the crowd was in it. But I truly want to say thank you for Morgan State for showing up and being here in the crowd in the stand and standing for us. But for us, I think the difference is the MEAC tournament is a new season, and they came in like that.
My question for Jayla, because I'm a UMS graduate, so I remember we had you down there, and of course we hate to see you leave, but it was still dope to see you continue your career in the MEAC. So you went down swinging today. How do you reflect just upon your entire college career and that experience? And What was one of the most memorable things that you'll take away from just this time being a D1 athlete?
The journey wasn't easy. It wasn't easy transferring from Eastern Shore to Morgan. Took a lot of long nights, long conversations, and stuff like that. But what I take away from this, my experience, just all in general, is just, man, I just learned a lot of goals. I learned a lot from Coach D, and that will help me in my life. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't been easy between me and her, but we've took our toll, and we got to where we are right now. And I just want to say I'm grateful for Coach D. I've never had a coach like Coach DeMond in my life before. My first women's coach ever. It was a little struggle, but we made it. And I'll forever be grateful for her.
Thank you. These are always hard because they seniors. And you want to be a coach that make impact on kids, right? And you just want them to grow. And so when you see them grow and develop and become who they're supposed to become in the next life, in the next journey, you take thankful, and this was not an easy year, but I had 8 seniors that allowed me to be part of their journey, and I'm just forever thankful. And I'm grateful to these young ladies also.
Nadia, what have you learned from your time at Morgan?
I think that, honestly, I've really learned too much to list. I think especially being somebody that, obviously I'm not a senior, I'm a junior this year, so always having my seniors ahead of me and just letting them lead the way for me. And I've always been a natural born leader, so even having people look up to me, and I even feel like there's times where Jayla will look up to me, but I also look up to her, and it's vice versa. Like, we have each other's back. And even from Coach D, I feel like I've also learned a great amount. She really made me more a confident player. I was finally able to play more freely and do the things that I wasn't able to do in the past.
Great answer, bro.
Any further questions?
Coach, obviously, first year is done. What do you think, if anything, do you need to work on for next year?
Get better. There's nothing for me to do. I just got to get better. And that's a wonderful thing. So all the killers out there, all the dogs that want to be part of something great, be part of this legacy, come on over to Morgan and be a bear so we can do something great. So that if you ask me what we got to do, we got to go get better. And this was the foundation. This year was the foundation. We laid the rock, standards over feelings, so we can go where we need to be. And that's it.
Hey, Coach, I just overheard somebody saying, man, we want to talk to Coach because she's working with some legends, Coach String and stuff. So I just want to know, who'd you lean on throughout this season, as difficult as it was?
God.
Amen.
Amen. Won't he do it?
Proverbs, 30 talks, I'm smart enough to know that I'm not. I got humility like he got. You know what I'm saying? So that whole verse itself talks about just being, humble to know that, it's bigger than God. And nothing's bigger than God. And I got to trust his word. I got to trust his process. I got to trust what he's going to do. And just continue to take small steps. Don't give me something too more that I can't forget, that I forget about him. Don't give me too less that I have to put myself in a situation. So for me, honestly, this year was a stretch of me because this was a growth year for me, not just for the girls, but for myself. But I think Coach Springer tells me, and Coach Bibbs, Pat Bibbs, because, I got 2 MEAC rings before, and I know that feeling. I know the confetti feeling. So I've been there before, so I think what they just telling you guys, you gotta lean on him. And what I love about that is when I can lean on him, I gotta trust it. I gotta trust his word. I gotta trust it. You can't add, you can't take away. You gotta trust the process, and that's really the truth.
Any more further questions? Thank you, Coach. Thank you to the student athletes as well. We appreciate your time, and that will conclude Morgan State's portion of today's press conference.
Thank you.
Get home
Thank
safely.
you. Thank you.